Hi everyone.
Hello.
We're back. We thought we'd just do another quick video for a trip announcement and then also a bit of a Q&A because you asked anyone on Instagram if they wanted to ask us any questions.
Yeah.
So for trip announcements, we've got some really exciting trips coming up this year. It's going to be crazy busy, but you know, we're really fortunate and we're really grateful that we get to do them. So one that's coming up really quite soon is we're going to Crete in May. So we're flying into Hania and we're flying from Leeds, which is our local airport. So we're going there for a week in May. Then after our wedding at the end of June, beginning of July, we're going to Kefalonia as like a mini honeymoon.
Yeah.
So again, that'll be really nice. We love the Greek islands and we'll be vlogging them all as well. So we'll be able to share lots of videos and share what we do with you. And then it comes for the big mamas. The big mamas. So we've got Orlando coming up again, which is really exciting. There's going to be some, I won't share too much because we don't want to give out too many spoilers, but we're going to Orlando for 16 days. My parents and my brother are coming with us.
Yep. Our friends are getting married as well, so there's going to be a wedding and there's going to be a Disney Springs star reception.
Yeah, but let's not spoil it too much because we've been asked to vlog it anyway. So, and then the final one, which is something we're really looking forward to on top of everything else, is we're going to New York at the first week of December. So we'll be there at Christmas time, just after Thanksgiving. That was meant to be our honeymoon because our wedding got postponed from the winter, but we both sort of decided that we didn't really want to go to New York in the summertime when it would be really humid. And we really want to go at Christmas time. So there are our trips coming up. And yeah, exactly. Woohoo. It seems crazy that we've got so many booked. And like I said, we're just so grateful and so fortunate to be in a position to do that.
Especially with getting married as well.
Yeah.
This year. So we've got a lot going on, but lots of exciting things to look forward to. And yeah, can't wait for it really.
It's funny because actually the wedding being postponed for like 2 years probably helped us because it's meant that we could save a bit more money so we can actually do more holidays now. Woohoo! But yeah, so there are our trips. If you've got any questions, then leave them in the comments below. Or, you know, if you're maybe going to Orlando in September as well, then let us know because we're part of a few Facebook communities and you follow quite a few people on Instagram, don't you? We've noticed that quite a few people seem to be going in September. So if you're going, then let us know, and you never know, maybe we'll be there at the same time as you.
Yeah, or anywhere else, New York or any of the Greek islands. Or
if by chance you're on our flight over to Crete or to Kefalonia, then yeah, let us know.
But yeah, your experiences anyway, or you know, your sort of upcoming trips as well when you're going to Orlando, or doesn't even have to be Orlando or Disney or Universal related, just
holiday related.
Yeah, just let us know what's going on, and you know,
yeah, fab. So let's go into the Q&A. So Kieran's got these on his phone.
Yeah, so I did a mini post on Instagram the other day. So if you're obviously not following us on Instagram, then come check us out. Our name will be down below. So yeah, we'll just jump right into it. So we've got quite a few questions. So if you did submit a question you are watching, thank you. It was funny to read some of them. It was nice to obviously get sort of what people want to know about us and our trips and things. So the Q&A is mainly probably Orlando related, but
there are some non-Orlando related things though, aren't there?
So the first question we've got is, how did we meet? So many years ago, we met on Tinder. So
we're a Tinder success story.
That is, well, what else can you say about it?
Yeah, we met on Tinder. That was it.
We both swiped. I'm sure things have changed now.
What?
On Tinder. Oh, it won't be the same as what it will be now.
I thought you meant you wouldn't swipe now.
Oh, for God's sake. Where are you staying? Do you prefer Disney or Universal? So I'll let you sort of talk about where we're staying because you're the one that primarily books everything and the sorts of hotels and everything. So
that's a little insight. I'm the organizer, I'm the booker, and I just sort of go to Kieran for final approval. Kieran's like the senior manager that gives it the stamp of approval. So we're actually staying in 2 different hotels. So we're staying in one that's called Homewood Suites by Lake Buena Vista, and that's a Hilton hotel. So you get a little studio apartment. And it's obviously right next to Disney, so that's going to be for 9 nights. And then for the final 7 nights, we're going back to the same hotel that was in before, which was the Home 2 Suites, this gets really confusing. Home 2 Suites closest to Universal, because we just absolutely love the hotel and being like a 5-minute drive away from Universal Studios.
Yeah.
It's a partner hotel, so you've got shuttle buses as well. You can buy tickets there. And it was just great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just everything you needed in such a close proximity to Universal, literally 5 minutes drive away. So if you have checked out our very first vlog series, then there's a video on there, obviously, of the room tour, which we did as well. So yeah, it's just a really good hotel, and
yeah, we'll link it down below, can't we, to our first vlog series.
It's very reasonably priced as well, considering.
Oh, and then do you prefer Disney or Universal? This was really difficult when we were like sort of chatting about it before, because we like them for different reasons. So Disney's probably a much more immersive experience, I'd say, more magical.
Yeah.
But we just absolutely love like the theming of Universal. I'm a big movie fan, so obviously that's really related. Obviously you get a lot more intense rides there as well, which you obviously really love. And obviously it's probably a bit more adult, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Halloween Horror Nights is one of our most favourite
all-time favourite things
in Orlando to do, which is why we always tend to go back at similar time, don't we? But you can't. It's really hard to compare them both, and we love them both for different reasons. Obviously, Disney's got it's got 4 parks, doesn't it?
Or 6, including the water parks.
Yeah, so there's so much to do and so many amazing experiences that it's hard to compare or say, oh, we like this one more or not. Because when you go back to the other one, you love it and you just want to go back again. So,
but we are annual pass holders for Universal and not for Disney. But then again, that's because probably it's primarily down to cost, isn't it? Because I think the Disney ones are over $1,000 each, whereas Universal is like $400 each.
Yeah.
So
it's a big difference in the price, and
but we love them both. We love them both. So like I said, we couldn't really answer that one.
Next question. Dream Disney Resort. So we've never stayed on site at Universal or Disney, have we?
No. We'd love to.
But we just, so it usually just comes down to costing as well, because they are very expensive normally, unless you can get, I don't know, a mega deal, but...
Yeah, like through Virgin Holidays or package deals, or I know that there's like websites where you can rent Disney vacation points and stuff like that, so that's a way of getting it cheaper. But even still, we've tried to price it up and we just can't get it in our budget, can we?
Yeah, and we'd probably rather spend the money, even though it would be amazing to stay on site, we'd probably rather spend the money on other things, experiences around the parks.
But our dream Disney resort would be
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah,
definitely.
Totally. Savannah View as well, so you can see the giraffes eating.
If we ever did it, we'd probably want to do like a really nice room though, if we were going to do it once.
Yeah, but it sounds really bad, doesn't it? We want to just go all out, like get the best room that we could.
In our budget.
yeah.
Not talking massive suites and everything.
Oh, that'd be nice, but yeah. So that would be the dream one.
That would be dream. Top 3 favourite Disney attractions. Again, that was really hard because there's so many amazing things that it was quite hard for us actually to drill down what our favourites were, especially because there's so many new rides coming as well. So you've got Tron, the Guardians ride. We've not even been on the Ratatouille ride yet. So there's quite a lot of all rides of the Resistance. So there's loads of things which.
Well, the original question was just what's your favourite Disney attraction? We couldn't just pick one.
Yeah.
So we had to change that to top 3. So if this was your question, you're watching. Sorry, we've had to change it slightly.
But we've gone for Flight of Passage, just because that's a really cool experience.
Awesome, absolutely amazing.
Test Track, because it's one of our first ever rides we did together.
First ever Disney ride, wasn't it, together?
So that's a good memory, and it's always really funny. We wasn't expecting it to be so fast. And then we're going to say Big Thunder at Magic Kingdom is just a classic.
I absolutely love it. It's so I just laugh the whole way through that ride. And I swear that when we went in November, I swear it was more intense than what I remember it being, and it was a lot faster.
I think we were just deprived of Disney. But this list could change because Falcon was I love Millennium Falcon. We struggled to sort of not put that on the top 3, I guess.
Yeah, there's obviously Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, there's Slinky Dog Dash, which we love, Tower of Terror. There's so many different good ones.
It's very hard to pick, so good question. Our first and last theme park. So what we were going to say is on our upcoming Orlando trip, we're going to go with the parks that we're going to do. So our first ever park is Epcot, and that's always a mini tradition. So when we do Disney, Epcot's the one we always go to first. It's a bit more of a chill,
bit more
day.
chilled, isn't it?
Obviously, it's always food and wine festival, so we can get nice snacks as well.
And because you can do Epcot in one day, and as you all know, if you fly to Orlando from the UK, you ended up waking up at like 5 o'clock in the morning because of the time difference.
Yeah.
And because you can do Epcot in one day, like we sort of do that on the first day because we're there first thing, get on all the rides that we want to, and there's not loads and loads of rides. I mean, there's going to be, but there's not loads.
Yeah. And obviously now there's the Genie Plus. I think that's going to help anyway, because if we decide we want to maybe do a couple of things, we can always pay for that. So
yeah,
if we don't want to mess around. Next question, which is quite good, was secret park escape place. So when things get a little bit too crazy, a little bit too busy, sort of like what do we do? And this was quite a interesting question, really, because we were saying for Disney, we couldn't really think of many places that we would sort of escape to. I guess it would just be somewhere where you could sit down out of the way, or maybe have a drink somewhere, or
we always
Magic Kingdom, didn't we?
Yeah, we always go to because when we do Magic Kingdom, we try and stay for the fireworks show at night time. So we always end up at like 6 o'clock or something, sitting down at Casey's Corner to have a hot dog and a drink. And we do end up sitting down for like a good hour at least, don't we? An hour and a half maybe, just to relax and try and get some energy back in our legs to stand up for the fireworks show.
Everyone that goes to Orlando knows how much walking you do, how tiring the days are, how amazing they are. But it's very full on.
And then Universal, what we said was,
if it got too busy in the parks, we would.
We'd go to City Walk probably. I mean, we did that a little bit just recently, and we went to, because we'd never been to Bubba Gump's, so we went and sat in there and just had a drink.
It was nice, wasn't it? It wasn't too busy actually, to be honest.
The same with, what's the other one that we went to? Margaritaville. We went there as well for the first time. We've never been there before, so we went and just sat down in there and had a drink as well.
And we like the island bar. What's it called? Near where the plane is on the way.
That's
to
Margaritaville as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Because that's nice to sit outside there as well. Because that's usually there's always places to sit, and you can just sort of people watch a little bit, can't you? And
yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting question. But if anyone has any places that they can sort of recommend, because sometimes it gets a bit intense and you sort of want to just get away from people. So, yeah. Moving on, essentials for the park. So what do we sort of take when we go?
What do we put in the backpack?
Yeah, we try not to take too much because, well, I never carry the backpack. So it's usually
we don't want it to be too heavy. So what we've said is we use one of those metal water bottles which keeps cold drinks cold and hot drinks hot. We always take at least one of them.
Yeah.
And we fill it with an iced water that we get out of the fridge before we leave the actual hotel. Or if we buy a soft drink, if we're at Disney, so if I buy like a bottle of Diet Coke, for example, we'll pour that into there so it keeps it cold, because as you know, when you go in sort of September time, which is when we always go, like your drink's warm within half an hour, whereas that keeps it cold. So that is an absolute essential.
And sometimes actually we put the water in the freezer overnight, don't we?
Yeah.
And we'll take the frozen bottles with us.
Yeah, we do.
And that obviously keeps it really cool because it just gets very humid. And we've got the power bank chargers that we take as well.
Chargers,
because doing all the Insta pictures, videos, and everything like that, your phone easily dies, especially if you're spending all day and majority of the evenings at the parks.
And now with vlogging, actually, we can charge the GoPro camera battery on the power bank, can't we? Because that's USB.
Obviously, we'll take all of our GoPro stuff now, which we wouldn't have taken before.
Yeah, exactly. That's an essential now.
Ponchos potentially, in case it,
Oh, that's not a potential. That is an absolute must in Orlando.
The heavens open up, which it did last time. We had to scramble to buy ponchos, didn't we?
Yeah, we kept forgetting
on 2 occasions.
2 occasions, we forgot them both times. And you can get the ponchos at Walmart for like $3-4, or you can get the disposable ones, which we don't like to do because obviously it's not great for the environment. But you can get the reusable ones at Walmart for like $4, $5 maybe.
I think there's some that are $2 as well, aren't they? Really cheap. They're really thin.
Whereas
ones.
in the parks they're like $20.
I think Well, we ended up paying Disney prices one night, and then we
Universal.
Forgot them. Yeah, so we ended up buying Universal.
So we've got them to take back with us.
So we're going to reuse them. So we'd have to buy them again unless we forget them for some whatever reason. But We've got sanitizer. I'm a bit of a sanitizer freak.
That's
sometimes.
even before COVID.
Yeah, this is pre-COVID. So yeah, we've got loads of those to take with us, which is always handy, and we love them from Bath and Body Works. So they're great, and they're really small. Sun cream, of course, in case it gets really warm, walking around all the time. Maybe some snacks.
Yeah, you sometimes take some cereal bars, don't you?
Yeah.
In terms of that, just to keep you going, because, and again, this might be useful because you're allowed to take them in, because obviously the food at the theme parks is quite expensive. It's not cheap. It's not. I always categorise it as sort of its higher end prices. I don't think it's extortionate, but it's getting there.
Some things are worth it, and some things aren't worth it, but.
Like bread box, for example, at Universal, that's like $10, and it's a big meal.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know that, and it's very filling. So, like, I think it's not cheap, but it could be a lot dearer.
But then obviously you've got all the Disney snacks, which
They're
Universal have
expensive.
their own snacks and stuff, but the Disney ones are like the Instagrammable, and some of them are
like
really,
the Peter
really
Pan
good.
float and stuff like that.
So there's some. We do take a few snacks, but yeah, we sometimes often buy quite a few things and treats and stuff like that. Waterproof case for our phone. So if we're going to the water parks, that's what we do.
This is more just for the water park. So you can just get them off Amazon, or to be fair, I think Volcano Bay actually, and presumably the Disney ones, they actually started selling them.
Yeah, they will.
But it's good because you can just then take your phone in with you to take photos, and some of the actual water slides let you take them on as well.
So yeah, that's probably our essentials. We try not to take too much, do we? 'Cause
No.
You've got to carry it around all day and it gets a bit heavy.
Top 5 Orlando restaurants. Again, this was hard.
Yeah.
And one of them made it into like first place just based on our last trip, and that was Vivo, and that's at City Walk Universal. It was just, I couldn't recommend it enough. It was fresh. It was delicious. It was, again, it wasn't like extortionate. I think it was about $18 per person for your main meal.
I can't remember.
Roughly, something like that. Between 15 and 20, depending on what you're having. Obviously, if you're having like a fillet steak or filet mignon, then that's going to be a lot more expensive. But for the sort of stuff that we get, it was really good.
It was really lovely. And
the service was fantastic, and just everything about it. So we're definitely going back there this year.
It's my birthday when we go back, so
Yeah,
I'm
so you
thinking
might go
maybe a
there
little
for
bit of
them.
a birthday meal, maybe. And then we've got some just classics, to be honest, because we've not really been to very many Disney restaurants, I don't think, at all.
No, not really.
And then, Universal ones, we haven't experienced that many. So we've got Olive Garden, just classic.
Love Olive
Everyone
Garden.
loves those breadsticks.
And the salad.
Yeah. Miller's.
Miller's Ale House. So that's just like a cheap and cheerful place that the food, again, you're never going to be absolutely blown away like Michelin star restaurant, but you're always going to have a good solid meal and it's reasonably priced and it's off-site.
And it's a nice atmosphere as well. And it's a bit different change of scenery and everything. Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, yes.
Gosh, I mean, those portions though, in those, when we went last time,
It's like my heaven. Like I think next time I go, I'm going to like take away like 3 or 4 slices of cheesecake.
Oh God, honestly. I just can't believe how big the portions are.
And then last but not least, again, it's not. It's a bit of a cheesy restaurant, but we always go again, and that's Giordano's. So for those of you that don't know, that's where you get the Chicago town style deep crust pizzas.
The massive one.
When they take like 40 minutes for them to cook, and we always go. And we always enjoy it. I mean, we have a little bit of a cheese coma after the meal, but we just thought we have to put it on there because we do always go, to be fair.
We tend to go to the same places every year.
We know what we like.
Yeah, exactly. Another question, would we move to Florida?
A really difficult one again. I don't... So we sort of spoke about it for a bit and we sort of said, would we move to Florida permanently? Probably not. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more to Florida than just Orlando and the theme parks. We know that.
I'd move for the weather.
I'd move for the weather, definitely. But what we would do is we'd love it if it was ever a possibility, if we ever managed to afford it, would maybe be to buy a property out there.
Yeah.
Not to rent it out, but just that we had another base that we could...
just like an apartment or something.
Yeah, it wouldn't have to be a house.
A couple times a year then, but it's a tricky one.
But I don't think we'd permanently move there, but we'd maybe consider buying a property there.
It'd have to be right, and it'd have to work with our life. And And then sort of final question would be bucket list for us. So we've sort of gone on bucket list
For travel, haven't
destinations.
we?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
outside of sort of Orlando. So we've got Japan. We both really want to go to Japan.
And that's our dog that started barking. Thanks for that, Renee. So she wants to do a little cameo. So yeah, Japan. Oh my God, we really... And obviously all of this is still like COVID restrictions. Like you can't go to a lot of these places.
And just, but they've got Disney in Japan. They've got Universal in Japan.
They've just got everything in Japan. So we really want to go there. Go to Tokyo, go to Osaka. Just...
experience the culture and...
Yeah, and the food and just everything.
Gosh, yes, the food. Singapore, we would really like to go to Singapore.
And we're hoping to maybe go to Singapore next year, but we'll just have to wait and see like what our finances are like and what the price of the flights are, because I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but flights have just gone crazy.
Yeah, especially for Orlando. LA, we've been to LA before, but we really want to go back because...
we were only there for like 3 days, weren't we?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days I think it was, and we went to Universal. Did we do 1 day there?
1 day there, yeah.
But we didn't do any Disney in LA, and we really regret it now.
So
we
we
really
want to go
back.
just to do LA, don't we? Not like, because when we went before, we went to Vegas and then drove down to LA. So we were like in Vegas for like 7 nights and then went to LA for 4 nights, and really we should have done that the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, we'd love to go there. And then the next one's more for me, I think, on my bucket list, although you want to do it. And that's to go to like Vancouver or Seattle. And the reason for that is I really, really want to see killer whales, orcas in the wild, and obviously that's one of the most common places that you can see them.
If we're lucky enough to be able to see them as well.
That's just like an absolute dream for me. It's one of my favourite animals on the planet, and I'd just love to see them.
And then we've sort of gone with one more place, which would be the Maldives, and it just looks stunning. Especially we've been watching quite a few videos, and shout out to Jellyviews, who've influenced us quite a lot on wanting to go there, and
massively influenced us.
If you've not checked out their channel, go check out Jellyviews, because their Maldives trips are beautiful. But that would be a top place to go. There's so many other places that we would really love to go, but there's only so many places you can go in 1 year.
Exactly, with annual leave with work. I mean, if we could maybe take 6 months off work or a year off work and then go travel around the world, that'd be amazing. But
it's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen, no.
But so that's all of our questions really that we've got. So if I kept looking down on my phone, that's why. But there are. I don't know what I'm on about now.
Well, they're the questions. We hope that you found it interesting and maybe gotten some useful information.
Got to know us a little bit about what we sort of like, our trips, and if you've not checked out our vlog series, our very first one, then go and check it out. We had so much fun, and we'll hopefully be doing our vlogs for upcoming trips. And if anyone's got any questions, leave us a comment, and make sure that you come and follow us on Instagram and say hi. So and then do all that subscribe and like and all that stuff that people have to say. And next time we see you, we will be on the way to Leeds Bradford Airport for Crete. Hopefully. Hopefully. Right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.